Tinder is worse than you thought by Moon. This is an older video, but I've decided to watch it because I feel like it's kind of interesting. I saw Sneeko react to it, so I think it's kind of cool. On the topic of masculinity,
let this icon represent 100,000 Tinder users. This is what 1 million Tinder users looks like.
Okay, I need to turn this down.
This is what all the girls on Tinder looks like. And this is what all the guys on Tinder looks like.
I mean, that's just facts, bro. A lot more guys use Tinder than women, and that's just a fact. Can we all agree on that? Can we all agree on that?
And then there's you.
Me.
How did they do it, you ask yourself? Seeing all those couples, all those Instagram pics.
You go outside, you touch grass, and you interact with women. I mean, it's not hard, but a lot of men are just like, oh, fuck. I was gonna make a good point, but I've lost my train of thought because my illness has decided to come up on me.
Love stories, it baffles you. It makes you angry. They got lucky. It's a rigged game. They were born with good genetics. They're not happy. I don't want a relationship anyway. I just don't have the time. I'm an introvert. I'm unlucky. Love?
Hi.
Getting married? That all seems like a distant dream. So as a last resort, you download Tinder because it's better this than nothing. You tell yourself, maybe this will be fun. Maybe you'll finally feel something. Maybe you'll find
Bro, just go to parties, go to social gatherings, go to events, go to school, go to work. You will find women there, bro. People really, like, over-dramatize this shit, bro. If you want to find a woman, this is advice from me. And, like, you might think, oh, I'm just some YouTuber, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I talk to women. You might not believe it. You might think that's not true. But over the last year or so, I've found out that it really isn't that hard. It really isn't. And maybe a lot of you watching are going through, like, puberty and shit, and you, like... I can understand that, alright? You're going through a lot of shit. It's tough. I was in that situation as well. But, bro, literally just go up and talk to people. Don't try and be someone else that you're not. Just go up and talk to people. Spit riz, spit your game, and I guarantee you at least one person's down to vibe with you.
Some hope with fancy photos and tactical pickup lines, they'll find love through sheer force. Others hope by filling a dad-shaped hole, they'll become confident and empowered. And the rest?
Yo, tell me in the chat right now if you have Tinder. If you do, there's something. Just delete it, bro.
Desperate to feel that spark they felt before. You look for quick fixes. You look for apps to find love, because deep down you're living a life of quiet desperation. But meanwhile, all you really want is someone to laugh with, someone to share those memories with. And you don't have long until it's too late. But as months and years go by, you come to a harsh realization. Those dreams you had of meeting that girl, traveling around the world, escaping your virtual reality,
And this is what the movies mess this up for people, bro. When a lot of people watch movies, they're like, oh yeah, everything's a fairy tale. One day I'll randomly stumble into the girl of my dreams, and we're just gonna go around the world. We're gonna go to France, we're gonna climb the Eiffel Tower, and everything will be fine. No. Let me shut that down real quick, bro, because that is not how reality is. That is not how the real world works. The way the real world works is you have to go out and find those people. You have to go out and find them. And you can't just sit there and expect things to happen to you. And that's what movies condition young men to think. It just conditions young men to think that the girl of their dreams is going to pop up into their life. That's not how it works. How it works is that you got to go out, talk to people. You got to go out, up your game, up your riz, bro, up your W riz, and that's how you find people. That's how you find people.
Your own family, they'll forever remain that way. Just dreams, nothing more, nothing less. Tinder is creating the biggest psychological and technological change in human society, and you're on the losing side of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
but what
true.
if I told you?
Not me, but the people who use it. What's this guy say?
But what if I told you you were wrong? What if you didn't have your emotions cut up and sold back to you for a profit? What if you didn't have to turn to Tinder? What if you didn't have to always send messages grasping at straws? What if you didn't have to abandon those dreams you had of traveling the world with that girl or having a happy family? By the end of this video, you will understand there's a side to the coin that you're not being shown. But I warn you, the road is tough. Dating apps are a multi-billion-dollar industry. They are profiting from your loneliness and doing everything they can to keep it that way. Their main goal is to reprogram your mind to think that you need an app to date, that you need the next swipe and the next match, all whilst giving them billions and leaving you more alone and isolated.
To be fair, dating apps are smart, but they are absolutely horrible, bro. And trust me, they're not doing it for your benefit. A lot of them sit there like, yeah, we're trying to connect people. We're trying to... Bro, shut up. You're trying to make a profit. That's all you're doing. You know that this messes with people's brains. You know that this messes with the minds of young men, and you're sitting here going, yeah, yay, profits! Not yay, love, yay, profits. That's all you care about.
The road out of the online dating world is becoming harder by the day, but at the end of this road lies relationships beyond what you thought you could attain. At the end of that road lies the ingredients for a healthier, happier, and more socially connected life. 52% of 18 to 24-year-olds and 13 million 30 to 44-year-olds are on Tinder. At the same time, the number of single adults in the US and many other nations is unprecedented, with reports estimating that 1 in 4 people will be single for their entire life.
Huh?
Truth is, the media
I mean, I'm not surprised, but like, that's kind of mad.
society have a habit of telling you that being single is empowering, that being atomized is healthy, that not having children is stopping climate change, that
Come on, bro. Not having children stopping climate change. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus
Tinder
Christ.
is helping you, that Tinder is changing dating for the better, and that Tinder is empowering. The question is,
How is Tinder empowering to women? I don't understand. I
bought into these
genuinely don't.
ideas? In the longest study on what makes a good life, they found loneliness is the biggest indicator of a shortened lifespan.
It turns out that people who are more socially connected to family, to friends, to community are happier, they're physically healthier, and they live longer than people who are less well connected.
All religions since the dawn of man have known this. Taoism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, paganism. But instead, our society will tell you that long-term relationships and meaningful lives can be found on apps like Tinder. Society tells you being alone...
They can't. They really can't. You know what? Honestly, it might work for a couple of years. You might get into a relationship that you think is good, but it really isn't. And then it turns out 2 years later, you have a kid, and then the girl's like, no, I don't know anymore. The wife leaves, and then, yeah, it's an L. It's an L. Tinder is not where you're going to find love, bro. It really isn't. You might find love, like temporary love, and you might hook up a couple times. You might do some shit with her, but let's just be real. It ain't a long-term thing. It's really not.
Known as a virtue, to abandon monogamous relationships for the toxic
Find your
hellscape of online
wife
dating. And that's when
in
you
the
might
gym.
take the bait and trust these new ideas in your
That's
head.
actually a good tip. Find women in the gym, bro. If you go into the gym, you're going to find like-minded individuals who aren't going to sit here and just be lazy. You're finding people that are actually doing something with their life, which is a very, very good thing.
Maybe you should get Tinder. Maybe it's worth it. Everyone else is doing it. Maybe that's the only way. And that is when you become blind to the traps that lie in wait.
Need to go outside and look for that person. Exactly, bro. That's the thing. But people don't understand that. Or people do understand it, but they're too scared to do it, bro. Honestly, I was in that same situation. But, I mean, nothing really else I can tell you apart from you gotta go through discomfort to get what you want. Especially as a man. You really do have to go through discomfort. So, if you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to get past that first step, it's a snowball effect. Once you do it once... Even if it's a whether you get rejected or you don't get rejected, it's a snowball effect, bro. Because the next time you're even more confident. Then it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. To the point where you're unstoppable. And it's just easy.
And if you download Tinder, you will inevitably fall into one or more of these traps. The first trap, the self-help route. Now, I'm not talking about authentic self-help. I'm not talking about the people like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, David Goggins, or whatever. I'm talking about the world of dating gurus, dating forums, and all the other quick fixes.
Oh, bro, don't get me started on these people, bro. Jesus Christ. You lot heard of Alpha M? Have you lot heard of Alpha M? This guy is the pioneer, bro. Only watch this if you're single, deleting tomorrow 2 days ago. So, I mean, that's just a lie. Actually, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. Is he still as bad as he used to be? Is he still as bad?
Gentlemen, are you ready? I should say, are you single and looking to improve your dating life? If the answer is yes, and you live in the Atlanta area, you gotta listen up.
Oh my god, is he doing it? This is literally just a dating app, but in real life. Jesus Christ, fucking Alpha M. 7 sexy accessories girls want guys to wear. Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, what's the first accessory?
Most attractive. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video.
What's the first accessory?
It's really a personal preference type of thing. You know, some people are going to love it, others are going to dislike it.
But I don't know, like a nice gold chain or
Gold chain. Yeah, no, bro, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
On Ukraine.
So you do your research. You watch all the dating gurus.
You haven't heard of Alpha M? Well, lucky you, bro. He was one of them, like, big alpha male YouTubers back in the day who would just spit bullshit and get sponsored and just... He was in it for the money. He wasn't here to help people. It was
Fall down the rabbit hole of self-help. And after every self-help post that you read, after every self-help video that you watch, there is a shot of dopamine rushing through your brain. You go on and on using these texting games on Tinder girls. You race to get more of that dopamine rush every single time. The online dating world can put you under a massive illusion, the illusion of progress.
Well, me personally, I've never actually used Tinder, so this is all like, I can't really relate to the struggles of being addicted to Tinder because I've never used it, obviously, because I'm 17, and like even if I wanted to fake my age, I mean, I don't want to. Like, that's the thing, I just don't want to, because it's such a useless app. I'm in a good mindset where I know all this bullshit. I know why Tinder is so bad. I know why all this stuff is so bad. I know why social media is bad. I understand all this. So I mean, it's
After
a lot
watching
easier
that
for me.
video, you feel accomplished. After getting that match, you feel accomplished. You feel like you're moving closer to your romantic dreams. You're motivated by the matches, you watch the next video, read the next post. But it's only when you take a moment to pause and reflect, when you realize
It's shit.
you're just addicted to the feeling of progress.
Exactly, bro. That's the thing. Men want progression. Men want the feeling of progression. And modern technology, video games, Tinder, all this sort of stuff have made it so then men can feel like they're getting it easier than they would if they were gonna do it in real life. So of course they're not gonna do it in real life because the primal instinct in a man is to progress. And when you progress, and when modern technology makes it so easy to progress that men don't have to go outside to do it, they're just gonna do it inside, and they're just gonna sit on Tinder all day. It's easy. It's easy, bro. These companies are so smart, but they're so dangerous, bro. It's sad. It
Tinder
really
is a
is.
facade for the real adventure of life, in which you learn who you truly are.
Exactly, bro.
By
You don't need
grabbing
an app
yourself
to
by
get a
the balls
girlfriend, bro.
and
You need
face
your actions and words and W-Riz. I'm gonna keep preaching this, bro. You need that W-Riz. That's all you need. You don't need an app.
real-world rejection.
You don't need
become
Tinder. You don't need
overprotective from the
Instagram.
negative stimuli that is a part of finding deep relationships.
Bro, use Instagram and use messages once you meet the person in real life. If you meet someone online, that's a bad sign. The only place you should be meeting someone that you want to spend time with is in the real world. Bro, I don't meet people online. Like, deadass. Unless it's like a colleague or something. Unless it's like YouTubers or whatever that are across the world, whatever, fine. But I don't meet friends online, bro. I see them in person, then I go, yo, what's your Instagram, or what's your number, something like that. That's how I do it, bro. That's how you
you're
should be
just
doing
turning
it.
to the dating gurus for tricks on discombobulating girls to get laid, always at arm's length from real rejection. And so as you follow this path, you push yourself further and further away from your original goal. Because how can you find a meaningful relationship when half the process is taken away? But as this process continues, the dopamine rush from self-help and Tinder slowly fades. Tinder dries up your matches by design, the rejections pile up. You may start to conclude that you just can't do it anymore, that finding a partner is a waste of time and energy. You put so much work into getting this right and yet you have nothing to show for it. Maybe they were right. Maybe love is an illusion. Maybe you're ugly. Maybe you're just better off on your own way. And then see how that turns out when you're 60. So let this be your first warning. You don't need to read every post, you don't need to overthink every text, every movement, and every action you take. You don't need an app. This is the first trap that so many guys get lost in, and it has dramatic consequences at the end of it all. Tinder becomes a substitute for the action you need to take in the real world. Going on Tinder will only make you more lonely, more insecure. With this trap ultimately...
Facts, bro, because when people actually use Tinder, most of the time, like, even if they actually get a match, firstly, getting a match on Tinder as a guy is extremely difficult. Getting a match on Tinder as a woman is so easy, because what I've learned is that what men do is literally just swipe right on every single person, bro. They got their phones out, they're going on every single person. Women, on the other hand, nah, bro, they're a lot more selective. And the thing what Tinder actually does to people by doing that, what it does to women is it makes them think that they're more attractive than they actually are, right? It makes them think, oh yeah, I can just pull anyone. Because when men are just swiping right on everyone, even if the men don't think that they want to do stuff with the girl on the other line is thinking, oh shit, I'm really all that. I'm really able to pull this hot ass 10 out of 10 guy. When in reality, the 10 out of 10 guy is gonna see the match and be like, maybe not. This is what it does, bro. It skews up people's emotions, and it skews the way people express attraction to each other. Because men just spam right, and women see it and be like, oh, everyone likes me. Like,
leading you to the gut-wrenching realization that you haven't made any progress. You only got better at convincing yourself.
Bro, Nicholas, you're actually spitting straight facts. Honestly, literally the exact same thing for me. As soon as I started going to the gym 6 times a week, all my problems that I had, all my mental problems that I thought I couldn't control, I couldn't control it. Bro, speaking to people, I'm not gonna lie, speaking to people was okay temporarily. It never fully solves it. Actually doing something with your life and getting up and doing something, that's what helps. That's what helps, bro. Anyone's going through depression, anxiety, anything like that, trust me, when you get up and do something, especially as a man, if you get up and do something with your life that you don't want to do, like going to the gym, starting a business, doing your schoolwork, I don't know, anything that feels productive and actually is productive, it helps so much more than anything else that you're ever gonna try. Any pill you're gonna take, anyone that you're gonna talk to, you can change the way. If you can change your mindset and you change the way you think and you change what you do, that's what's gonna change it. That's what's gonna fix you. That's what's gonna fix you.
But you did. The second and most dangerous trap, the hedonist trap. Let's say you're doing well on Tinder. You've got tons of matches coming in, you feel confident, you're taking people out for dinner, you've never had it so easy. All these people, all this potential, all this dopamine. Your ego swells. People want you and you want them. Tinder is great. This is what was missing in your life. Untold matches, coffee dates, bar dates, so many one-night stands. It feels too good to be true. It's what society tells you to do. Be empowered, be sexually liberated, be adventurous.
Yes, queen, yes, queen! Yeah!
Tinder one-night stands are an ingrained part of modern dating, which makes this trap so dangerous and so hard to escape. But the engine behind this is Tinder's design itself. The endless amounts of profiles you find on Tinder creates an infinite choice conundrum. You think to yourself that you just need one more swipe before you find the perfect match, one more hot match to feel like a baller, one more date to find that girl, one more one-night stand to feel a connection, and so on and so on and so on. You end up always chasing the dragon for the next perfect match or the next potential lover, paralyzing you from finding a deep...
Bro, this is worse than being a degenerate in the club or like being a degenerate in a nightclub or whatever. Anything like that. This is worse. Because this is even more accessible than just going into a club, having a few drinks and just talking to people. Because all you have to do is sit there, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right, 100 times in a minute. And you might maybe get like 2 or 3 matches. But in 1 minute, 2 or 3 matches, imagine you do that in real life. Imagine, bro. You have to be on some different type of riz level to be doing that. And that makes people think that they're doing better in the dating life than they actually are. It really does. People just want cheap shit.
With so many options to choose from, people find it very difficult to choose at all.
And the business of online dating knows this. In fact, they rely on this to keep you hooked. Oh, and they're very aware of how addicting infinite choice can be.
One of the schedules which is very effective with rats or pigeons is what we call the variable ratio schedule, and that is at the heart of all gambling devices and has the same effect. A pigeon can become a pathological gambler just as a person can.
And even if you're one of the lucky ones who does sustain a long-term relationship from Tinder, your chances of breaking up are almost 30% higher than those you met outside of Tinder.
When there are lots of alternatives to consider, it is easy to imagine the attractive features of alternatives that you reject that make you less satisfied with the alternative that you've chosen.
One of my favorite authors, Dostoevsky, wrote that if you had nothing to do but eat cakes and busy yourself with the continuation of the species, you would eventually want to smash all these bubbles of bliss for something unique to happen. Easy pleasure makes life miserable, because what makes you happy right now won't make you happy in the next hour. So here's your next warning. The online dating industry is a huge business, and it relies on you not being content for you to continue consuming its services. Be careful. Question how Tinder is making you feel over the long term. Question the real value of all these matches and one-night stands you have. Ask yourself, what did I gain from any of this?
Nothing. Literally nothing. You declined as a human, bro. You declined as a man.
The final trap, the self-doubt trap. This is the trap lying in wait for the vast majority of people on Tinder. The people who don't get matches like their friend. The people who struggle to keep a superficial conversation going through text. The 80% of men who are made to feel against the odds. The ones who are made to feel that they will never have a chance at finding a normal girl.
Male users of the popular dating app Tinder appear to have lower levels of self-esteem, and all users appear to have more negative perception of body image than people who don't use the app at all.
Men who were actively involved with Tinder reported significantly lower levels of self-esteem than female users.
And yet, this trap doesn't just apply to men. Far from it. This trap may even be worse for all the women who can't find a guy that wants more than a pump and dump. The women who are made to feel that to find a partner, they have to be—
And this is where the whole thing of, oh, I hate men, kill all men starts, because the only thing the men want from Tinder is just a quick hook up and then just leave. Bro, the thing is women think, oh yeah, this guy actually wants me, there's so many guys that actually want me. But then when they go through like 10, 15 of these people, they realize, oh shit, every guy who I've interacted with in the last year is an asshole. Therefore, all men are assholes. Fuck men. And then this is where this all starts. It just goes full circle, bro. This is where everything starts. This is where all this bullshit, like, modern feminism starts.
promiscuous. They have to have a one-night stand on a first date for them to retain any of their value. They have to— pause. It doesn't matter which trap you fall in. All of them are taking you to the same place. Each of these traps rely on your addiction to this depressing drug dispenser, this drug that inhibits you from the rewards of real connection. But what if Tinder success is only symptomatic of a much larger, endemic problem of society? Tinder usage is increasing in the millions every single year, and at the same time,
More than 1 in 5 Americans will report that they're lonely.
which poses the question, how do you escape these traps? How do you get these deep social connections? Well, the possibilities are practically endless. It might start off as something as simple as replacing screen time with people time. It can mean going to an event, going to a hiking group, a running group, a gaming group, a meditation group, going to meetup.com and finding people similar to you. It could mean just taking that call to adventure. It involves transformation. It means grappling with your fears of being rejected. It means grappling with your social anxiety. It means grappling with your laziness and excuses.
The people in our 75-year study who were the happiest in retirement were the people who had actively worked to replace workmates with new playmates.
You see, loneliness isn't just about being alone and struggling to find a partner or get a hot match. It's not the number of friends you have, and it's not whether or not you're in a committed relationship, but it's the quality of your close relationships that matters. In life, you need someone to communicate with. You need someone to tie yourself with so your lives make a rope. You need someone to communicate with when times are good and to share your triumphs. You need someone to share your catastrophes. You need a framework that's stable, and it's strenuous and hard. You will face heartbreaks, you will face anger, annoyance, sadness, despair, and moments of self-loathing. So then, what was all this for anyway?
What's the background music? I don't know, bro. Part 5, your life, okay.
From the start, this was never about Tinder. Escaping your virtual reality, meeting that girl,
Hi.
Hi.
traveling around the world, having a family. It was the real life experiences you were looking for. It was a feeling, a sensation, the ability to look back on your life without ever having to cast a thought towards, why didn't I live life to its fullest? Have I wasted my life? How did I become so lonely and depressed? Would I ever get to see my kids smile? The most important lesson from this video was never about Tinder. It was about the one thing you will never regret having, the most valuable thing in your life: relationships. Has Tinder ever helped your life? Is your life settled on swiping, texting, briefly meeting, waking up the next day and repeating the same cycle for years? How many experiences, how many chances to grow do you let slip through because of this pattern? Or perhaps you're fine with that reality, and if that's the case, there's nothing to worry about. The most you got from this video was a little entertainment and maybe a change in perspective, but there are those of you that understand the other side. Those of you that understand the price of cheap fixes, the value of never needing to worry about what you didn't do. If you're going into your 20s or 30s, you only have one shot at this. Let finding a strong relationship be the meaningful struggle of your life. Does it mean you'll be happy at the end of this road? Only you can answer that question. But if your struggle is meaningful, then perhaps it's worth pursuing.
This is a W video, bro. W video. Good stuff, Moon. I approve of that. I actually really like that video. That was a good video. Yo, everyone subscribe to Moon if you know who he is. Right there, bro. W video. I give that a 10. Honestly, I couldn't fault him. I really couldn't fault him. I mean, everything was just facts. Alright, that's gotta be it for today, bro. I gotta go eat dinner. I'm sick as shit as well, so I gotta fix myself, bro. You can probably tell by my voice all stream, I've just been sick as shit, so yeah. W stream, I appreciate you all. See you on the next stream whenever. Hopefully tomorrow.